So today, as I said previously, we're going to be started by talking about feminism and the lack of masculinity in this current day and age. It's going to be audience driven, and we might have to demote King God today. All right. Yeah, as I said, it's going to be mostly audience driven, and I want to hear your guys' perspectives. So, Willpower, come on up and let's hear it. Yo, how you doing, bro?
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, for sure.
My bad. I just left the gym, having a little sauna session and shit. Um, yeah, what's up?
Oh, nothing much, bro. I'm just chilling, ready to learn, hear about different perspectives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just saw the little notification and popped in. So, I see that it's about feminism and lack of masculinity, but is there any specific questions that you're trying to ask? You know, like my opinion on, I guess, or should I just look in the chat and see what people are trying to hear my perspective on? Just my general perspective. Okay. Um, yeah. So, I have a big issue with the lack of masculinity today. It's actually like disheartening because a lot of my friends and just a lot of the guys I see around, I just they don't hold their chest up high. They have lack of confidence, lack of self respect. They, not to say that you can't, appreciate women and stuff, but like they like bow a knee to women like there's some like goddesses that roam the earth and that vagina is the key thing that will make them prosperous. And it's just like I don't know how we came so far away from a sort of balance. And there'll be a lot of people who argue there isn't balance, but like, and this is totally off topic. You don't have to relate to this, but I'm a religious man, right? And when it comes to my religion, you know, a man is put here to work, to slave, to provide, to be the this to be the platform that everything his family does is built off of, right? We sacrifice a lot through that, more so than women, I think, nowadays at least, realize. And a woman's job is to do everything to support the man and to support the family in which that comes with it. But what they think is like, well, why am I supposed to support the man? It's because you support the man through doing basic necessities, and we would give our life for you. That's a big, that's a very big difference. Like when you truly love a woman, right? You would give your life for her, especially if you start a family and she becomes your wife, you have kids. So for you to sit there as a woman and say like, oh, it's totally not equal. I mean, like, how many women honestly do you think would give their life for their boyfriend? Not very many, but many men would give their life for their wife or their girlfriend. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's just a mixed perspective. They think that, we're demanding more than what we're giving, but they don't understand the true heart in what we give. So my advice for any men out there is that you just need to find the right women. And I know this has been said a lot, but it's really that simple. I mean, like nowadays, you have to man up. You have to stop feeding into all the women that trample you, that control you, that want you to beg for their pussy like it's some fucking, you know, de- decadent dish when it's really just some like fucking average grade like gas station sushi, bro. For real, like you just gotta fucking understand and have some standards for yourself, some self respect. So you gotta man the fuck up, go work out, eat better, clean up the way you look, dress better, start making money. Whether it be a business or you gotta hustle and do some minimum wage shit to get up in the ranks, bro. You just gotta start doing for you. And the people you attract through that, you have to get you have to gauge a better sensor on who the fuck is approaching you and what they want from you. If somebody comes up to you and they're like, yo, I see you grinding, I see the work you're putting in, and I'm attracted to that. That's more or less somebody you probably want to fuck around with, whether it be a friend or a girlfriend or whatever it may be. But if you have somebody who comes up to you and they're like, yo, you trying to go out and just fucking drink and party, or a girl who's like, I'm trying to fuck you right off the bat or whatever. I mean, like, yeah, if you really want to take advantage to that, you can, but don't get caught up in it thinking it's love, bro. That shit ain't love. People don't want to just go fuck people for love. I'm sorry. Like, that's like, I think Hamza said in a recent video, that's like the fast food version of love. Like, it really is,
Mm,
bro. Like, that's that quick shit. That's
for
that Big
sure.
Mac. getting, bro. So you just gotta have some.
Yeah, honestly, you need to have standards for yourself. And the thing is, people are like, "Oh, where are the high quality women and whatnot?" But they don't realize themselves that they're not high quality men. You need to raise yourself and actually like go work out, get the body, start eating good, do all these things, because otherwise you're not going to be getting those people that you desire. You may think they're hard
Yeah,
to find, but when you're of that high level stature, you're grinding, you're on your purpose, you're doing shit that would be attractive to that high quality woman, you will actually find them.
Woman is not hard to find. It's hard to find right now because sorry to break it to most of you dudes, but you're not in a high quality position, bro. Like is what you make.
Is he lagging or is that just me?
yeah. I think he's lagging. Yeah,
Yeah, because I literally just said that.
yeah.
Will, you good? Yo,
Yo.
is he you good, bro? Type in the chat if you're lagging out, we
But
can
anyway,
bring you back in a minute.
I'll just make the point. Yeah, what you're saying was like totally correct. Like people just have to learn some goddamn patience as well. Like
Facts.
they expect to have all of these things like just come to them instantly in terms of high value women and the rewards that come as a high value man. But just have to know what you want and you have to know it's not going to all come instantaneously. It's going to be a lengthy process, but eventually, if you keep doing what you specialize in or what you're driven to do or what you like eventually you're going to reap the rewards. It's just a matter of patience.
Indeed. Will, you good right now? You can speak or no? Or are you still lagging? We can bring you back. Alright. What was I gonna say? Yeah, just as I was okay. I was gonna say, just lower your ego and really humble yourself, because like the quality people have been doing this, like for example, self improvement work for years. You guys aren't in the spot where you can actually attract this level of quality that you're seeking. You need to keep putting in the work, and eventually you will get to that spot. But let me what's it called? Will, are you ready to come up? Whenever you are, just raise your hand and we'll bring you back up. But Ibra, let's get you up here. What's your perspective on feminism, Mr. Ibra?
Yo,
Yo, what's good, man?
how you guys doing, bro?
Hey,
Just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Just exercise.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually partying last night, and I went to bed at 6 a.m. and I
God
still woke
damn.
up for the lecture. I still woke up. I'm a real one.
Dedicated. Appreciate
Madman.
it.
Anyways, so me, I wanted to talk about how, because I was reading some research and that was showing that men they get penalized in the workplace for straying from masculine norms. Like for example, women they tell us, for example, to show vulnerability, because in the society, men are like we're supposed to not ask for help or and to be vulnerable.
Mm,
But then there were a set of studies from 2015 that showed that when male leaders ask for help, they're viewed as less competent, capable, and confident. And when men make themselves vulnerable by disclosing like a weakness at work, they're perceived to have lower status. But it's not the same for female leaders. So then when female give this advice because it's working for them, it won't necessarily work for us. So then if you show vulnerability at the workplace, you might actually get penalized for it. And then there's a bunch of other traits. For example, like being nicer. A lot of girls tell us, oh, men should become nicer, etc., etc. Being nice is a nice trait to have. But it was also showing that, like, most agreeable men across a bunch of industry, they make like 20% less in income than the men that are less agreeable, because they're viewed as less competent, less hireable, because they can't really stand up for themselves, and all they're gonna do is agree with you.
mm-hmm.
And there's a bunch of other traits like displaying empathy, expressing sadness, modesty, being a feminist. Like most of those feminine traits, actually get you penalized for portraying them, even though most women will think that those are the perfect traits of a good man, you know?
Hmm. And
And
I've even heard about some stories in like in relationships where when, for example, a woman saw their man cry, even like at funerals and shit like that, they lost attraction for their partner. So all these feminine traits, although it's not bad that you have them, it shouldn't always be expressed in the public eye. Like you shouldn't be just crying out in public just cuz.
most definitely, most definitely, especially in relationships. You know, if you're a guy that's asking like a girl on how to get a girlfriend, she'll tell you that to be like vulnerable and open and blah blah blah. Like I actually made that mistake like 4 weeks ago. We went one of the girls I went on a date on, and like she kind of like it was kind of like a shit test, but she asked me about a pretty personal question, and then I opened up about it, and then like she lost attraction like
That's tough.
2 days after it was off. But personally, I didn't care because also talking to four other girls, but that really showed me that like being vulnerable never ever works, bro.
For sure.
Ever for sure. But
Victor, you
yeah,
got anything to add on to that or?
no, that was nice and quick. That was my take on it, man.
Yeah, yeah, like definitely, but it's also like depending on how like more feminine or masculine you are, it's like depends on upbringing a lot. That plays a huge factor. Like for me, who was pretty much raised by a single mom for most of his like childhood, pretty much. Like I didn't have like that father figure to show me like the basics of being a man is all about. Like instead, I picked up a lot of or feminine traits from my mom, and later on, it's kind of hard to learn a lot of the masculine traits, especially like later on, because you feel like at that point, especially like when you're a teenager and stuff, and then you're like you get introduced to your dad, and he's like more so around. A lot of the time, it's kind of hard to connect to him, and it's kind of hard to take take in masculine like behavior and just learn from him as a man and try to implement that back out into your life. So definitely like who's around you at the start of of your like life and during your upbringing, that definitely affects how feminine or masculine you are.
For sure. And one thing I want to say is like when you're a child, you're a blank slate, and a lot of times when you're raised by your mother or like yeah, like single motherhood, you tend to pick up these feminine traits, and it really influences how you act as an adult. And then when you are older, you tend to not build these traits into yourself as easy as before. So it's a lot harder to really become more masculine when you've already built these feminine traits into yourself.
Most definitely,
Yeah, definitely.
for
But
sure.
yeah,
But yeah, that
bro,
was my take on it. Get somebody else up.
I
Thanks
appreciate
for
you, bro.
wrapping it up. Yeah,
You real
peace out.
one. I take care, bro. Man, I'm about to kick this dude. You feel me?
Yo, well, yeah, I think your thing's still broken. Yeah, but yeah, like I'll continue off of that, like what I was saying before, like with the upbringing and all. Definitely, when it comes to like feminine, I can't even say that word, dude, but you know what I mean. And masculinity, it's a law. No, we can't. Well, we can, but I think it's like a issue, like on your end. like the feminine and masculine like traits. It's definitely like it's intrinsic depending on upbringing and like just what you're first introduced to or influenced by. So obviously, if you have both parental figures around, like you're gonna have a pretty even balance of both traits. But if you only have one around, it's gonna be like you're gonna have one trait is gonna be more dominant than the other. But it's also like depending on
All
what
right.
you as. Yeah, we can hear you. Go go go.
You can hear me now?
Yeah. It's fixed.
All right. So, bro, I'm just before I leg out and before I get in the shower because I gotta wash all this fucking sweat off my body. Um, I'm really passionate about this for a lot of reasons because I think where do I start? For my life, bro. So look, I'm gonna be real, like clear with you guys. I've been a very, 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 very uh feminine man or boy or whatever you want to say for a lot of my life. Like growing up, I just never understood my emotions. I would, watch a movie, some sad shit would happen, I would cry. I would just, fall in love with girls right off the rip. I never understood these things, like why I had all this emotion, right? And all this deep, heartfelt emotion for things, right? But I realized throughout my life that that's not the bad thing. That's not the enemy. Having emotion is not enemy. You cannot, you should not 100% associate your inner feelings and emotions with being some bad thing that you need to, kill and throw away completely. But there is a balance. Life is a balancing act, bro. You need to know how to control those emotions. There's a big difference. It's having control over them. For a long time, I did not have control over them, right? I would just let them loose. They would get me into trouble. They would get me heartbroken. They would get me all kinds of fucked up things, right? But once I learned what that problem was and I learned to control it and like understand who deserves the emotions, who truly deserves them, my life has been better and my relationships have been stronger ever since. For anyone who says like, oh, being vulnerable in a workplace, yeah, if you're vulnerable 24/7 anywhere, you're going to get trampled over. You're going to be less likely to succeed. But there are moments and times that you need to learn through just experiencing life and communicating with people where it's appropriate to be vulnerable. Like I've definitely had talks with my managers before where we got into some really deep personal shit on an emotional level and it strengthened our relationship and made my work experience better and got me more opportunities because instead of crying every fucking second or complaining every second or being whatever the fuck all the time, it was like I'm myself controlled. But then when I found the opportunity where she or whoever else was, talking to me in my job, I could relate to them on a deeper empathetic level. Of course, I let some vulnerability show. Why wouldn't you? You're literally a sociopath if you negate all emotions. Like people don't want to associate with somebody who has no emotions. So it's like you have to find that balance between the two, you know? So for any guys out here who are like dealing with, you know, oh, I fall in love too easy, or I don't know how to control my emotions, or I cry. Like, bro, it's cool to cry, but don't cry all the time because it's like the boy who cried wolf. If you cry every fucking second of every fucking day, that shit stops meaning anything to people. That's why, you hear a lot of guys say, like, oh, the first time I saw my dad cry, it hit me hard. I'm sure your dad has cried many times before that, but he never let you saw it or see it. I'm sorry. He never let you see it before then. So the impact of that was much rarer to you. It was something like, for me at least, that's how it was. But like I came to find out later in my years that my dad had cried many times before I had seen him cry. It's just not trying to appear weak all the time. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
you can express emotions to yourself, and like someone else said, it's okay to express emotions to other people, but you just have to find that balance, bro. Like
Sure.
life is all about balance when it comes to exercise, eating, drinking, girls, and with the feminism shit, bro. If you are dealing with a girl who is like, oh, nice guys are dog shit, or like I like nice guys, but I'll cheat on, like, bro, fuck that. You are literally letting one girl or one group of girls, which are dog shit quality, control your whole outlook on life. Like, bro, be yourself, be nice to girls, but understand that you can be nice without giving your like simping for them and giving everything to them, paying for things. Like you could just
Facts.
be nice to people. I treat everybody the same. Like a 70-year-old woman, the same as a 16-year-old dude at my job, the same as like a 28-year-old girl. Like, it don't matter, bro. I treat everyone the same amount of kindness, because I got nothing, I got no reason to bring anybody else down while I'm trying to get up in life. You know what I mean? But when it comes down to exerting extra effort, I really gauge the people I do that for. The reason you don't feel satisfied if you're someone who's giving effort to people and they're not giving it back is because you're giving it to the wrong fucking people. And it might be the people closest to you, the friends that you've known for years. It might be your family. Like, if people are not giving you the respect you deserve and appreciation you deserve, stop giving so much to them and you will be less hurt more often. You don't want to be hurt all the fucking time, bro. Like, it's
Yeah,
just, why would you live in that depression? You know what I mean? Like, it's sad. So you have to really gauge like the people that are worth it. And you'll find those people by just doing you. Like I said, grinding, getting your money up, doing something, your passions, your hobbies, whatever. People, you know, if you put yourself out there, if you become and you practice extroversion by just being more open, learning how to laugh at your mistakes. Like, if you're at a job, like, I remember I worked in a restaurant, bro, and I dropped like 40 different plates because I was trying to be like manly man, whatever, carry so many fucking plates to the back. I dropped all of them. And they smashed across the whole restaurant. Most people, they'd have got red in the face, they'd have fucking ran away, they'd have cried, they'd have been all bitch about it. What I do, I fucking laughed in front of everybody in that restaurant. The customers, my manager, whatever. I laughed and I said, well, shit, I shouldn't have tried to be so fucking manly. And like, everyone else started laughing. The fucking customers started laughing. Everybody, because I let it roll off my shoulders, bro. I didn't take the heat so hard on myself, because why make life harder for yourself? And then guess what? People came up to me. They were like, oh my God, I used to do that. Like, I've done that before. Like, don't feel bad, whatever. So people related to me. They got empathetic. We had open conversations. Even people I passed, like in the restaurant, like strangers, they were like, oh, like, don't worry about that. I fuck up at my job all the time. So people are like instinctually more like open and more approachable to you if you don't let shit like drown you out. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't let like little shit that doesn't have to affect you. You should all look into something called like stoicism, being a little bit more stoic. It's just learning how to control your emotions when something uncontrollable happens. Like, if you're stuck in traffic and you got to get to work and you're gonna be late, why are you gonna punch your steering wheel and curse out the world and say I hate life and this, when you can't control the traffic, bro? So just sit back, relax, enjoy it, be like, I'm gonna get there when I get there, and the what happens is what happens. You know what I mean? Like, if I get in trouble, like, so be it. Like, I'm just gonna explain. I'm gonna be honest. I was stuck in traffic. I should have left earlier. I'm sorry, bro. Do you know how many managers would be like, you know what? You're fine. Like, thanks for being honest, because you're just being real, bro. Like, fucking be real in life. Like, you don't gotta be some false person or pretend to be something you're not. If you got emotions, express them, bro.
yeah,
Like,
and
if you
and like masculinity plays a good like opposite role in that as well. When it just comes to like emotional regulation, thinking logically, thinking rationally, thinking things through, and not like overreacting or having impulsive or taking impulsive action. Those things are very like volatile, and you're clearly not like thinking in the moment. So you're not gonna be thinking about, like as you were saying, like if you're late for work, like you just have to come and ask yourself what's the worst thing that can happen. Like your existence isn't gonna end, or you're not gonna like lose your job
That's what I'm
or
saying.
whether
Like,
it's
the worst thing that happens is death, bro. And if it's not death, or it doesn't lead to death, laugh at it, enjoy it, bro. And even like after a fulfilled life, I might even laugh into my fucking grave. Who knows, bro? But right now, like, I'm chilling. So anything that happens, like, I'm comfortable in myself, and that's the most masculine thing you could be. Is comfortable with yourself and in control of yourself. That's true masculinity to me. It ain't puffing your chest up. It ain't fucking, banging every chick in the world or getting your dick wet all the fucking time or whatever the fuck a lot of these dudes like think masculinity is, being the swollest in the room or whatever. Nah, it's being fucking comfortable with who you are. Like 100%. Like, learning how to embrace the flaws and the positives about you, but also knowing like how to laugh at yourself, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck to do, bro. So, like, to help these kids out here who like overthink
uh,
everything. Like,
I think what they like what everyone like or who's like trying to improve, they just have to find like contentment at where they're at, but obviously not to the point they get complacent, because then that's obviously going to be a problem. But you have to just like realize, be logical about it. Change is something that takes time. if you want to like improve your life for the better, it's gonna take time. If you want to get out of your shitty situation or hardship, like it's gonna take time and it's gonna take a lot of effort. So you just have to be realistic about it and
Yeah.
not try to go on, not try to be in such a hurry. It's only natural. Like you're gonna want to get out of your bad situation as quickly as possible, but you have to realize it's gonna take a lot of work and it's gonna take a lot of time, and you have to think things through. Not be impulsive, like I said before.
Yeah,
Just
you
be
know, and like I
logical.
said, it's just like what you're saying. It's like you can't be these things, but I think you can be them to an extent. It's just about like balancing it. It's
Yeah,
like if you're too impulsive all the time, of course you're gonna end up like broke or in the wrong situations or whatever the fuck it may be. But you know, maybe there's times to be impulsive. It's time to be human, bro. You shouldn't overthink every single action all the time because you know how mentally exhausting that is. Like what kind of life is that where you can't just live and be yourself sometimes? Like obviously like at work in certain places where you have to hold a different composure and be in a term someone you're not, you know, or not yourself all the time. Yeah, I get it, but like when you go home, like don't be afraid to say things to the people you know you can say things to that it might be a little impulsive. You don't have to overthink everything you speak on, or like when you talk to a girl, like that's when you should probably be the most impulsive. I see so many guys who are like, well, she texted me and I have like, it's been 30 seconds. Should I text her back? Should I wait a minute? Like, what should I say? How should I approach her? What, like, bro, just talk to her. She ain't some fucking like demigod or whatever the fuck who's
Big
gonna
facts.
smite you down if you say the wrong fucking thing. Like, if she doesn't give you the time of day, fuck that bitch. Move on to the next one who does. Like, it's just that simple. And guess what? If girls back to back to back aren't giving you the time of day, then you need to step back and be like, what about me can I change to make myself more attractive? Because obviously there's something like there's a consistent factor here where if like you go through 50 girls and they all reject you, like you have to start looking at
you
yourself and
have
stop
to
blaming the girls.
evaluate
Yeah, you have to
yourself.
stop
Yeah, you
blaming
have
the
to
world. So
evaluate
many
yourself.
people play that victim card like, oh, well, it's just the fucking girls. They're all shit. Like, no, bro. I'm sorry. No, you might stink. You might not take good hygiene. You might not look attractive because of the way you know, you let yourself go. You might not, you know, express confidence because you're not confident. And like those are things that people read on, even through photos, even through like the digital era. Like we might not be face to face in this world, bro, but like you can tell a lot about somebody just by like seeing photos of them too. Like I can at least when I see people post photos of themselves in this chat, I can see all of the insecurities that they have like piled up in their face and their stature and the way that they like position their body and stuff. And yeah, some people are good at faking it and whatever. You can't believe it all the time, but like that shit reads, bro. 100%. Like it reads. Like so I think the best thing everyone can do is get the fuck out of your house, go live your life, experience things, go talk to people in public. If you're not extroverted and you're introverted, get used to being extroverted. Go out, make mistakes, stumble over your words, get red-faced, get embarrassed. Because it's the same thing like working out. You can't lift 5 pounds. Like guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna lift 2 pounds till you can lift 5 pounds. It's the same, it's the same process in life. You can't speak to someone coherently without like stumbling over your words and shit. Well, the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get with yourself, the more comfortable you'll get with strangers, that you will end up breaking out of the shell and realize, you know, the world's not that fucking bad. When you walk away from getting rejected from a girl and you feel your body and you're like, dude, I'm still alive. I didn't die yet. Like, that's what you should remember. Like, that shit didn't kill me. It might have like hurt my ego, sure, but your ego needs to be hurt. Fuck your ego, bro. That's the thing you need to kill. 100%. You need to get rid of that shit. So the way you do that is by, like, for me, I got into acting and like stage acting and shit. I've told people this before, but whatever. Imagine getting up on stage in front of hundreds, even maybe a thousand or so people, and you fuck up in front of all those people, and they know you fuck up. Like you trip and you fall on your face, or you do something that's totally out of the script that everyone reads instantly as you fucked up, and you have to live the rest of your life going through that. If you like focus on everybody's opinions individually, that would kill you, bro. Like that would like stress you out to the point where you'd probably kill yourself. For me, I just get up and I keep going, bro. And people forget it. They're like, damn, he fell on his face, but like that dude got up and gave a fucking good performance afterwards. So like I can't even blame him. Like you just gotta get up. You know what I mean? Like you gotta keep moving forwards. No matter what the fuck you do. If you fall, get up, laugh, move on. The shit is not like set in stone. Anyway, I've been rambling. I got a shower. I smell like shit. I'm gonna go eat too. So thank you for having me up on stage.
Bro, I appreciate
Just
you coming up here, man. You spit
For
game and
sure,
fucking
bro.
teach these young men things that'll like resonate with them for fucking years and years. So I really
well,
appreciate you coming up
I
here,
hope
bro.
so. I'm probably, if anyone's interested, I don't know if I could plug, but I'm just gonna say real quick. I'm starting a YouTube channel soon. I'll be
Man,
posting.
plug
If
that
you
shit right
want, just
now.
DM me.
Yeah, got
DM
it.
me, bro. But yeah, yeah, thank you guys, and all y'all just be good to yourselves, and remember, embrace who you are, bro. Love yourself, for real. Like, don't let people sway you to be something you're not. If you are who you are, learn how to balance and control that before you start adopting other people's ways of thinking. Like, because then it'll be more genuine and you'll live life more fulfilled being the person you were. You want to die being like, yo, I was me and I loved me and people loved me. Like, why would you want to die thinking like, well, I was someone else. Everyone loved me for this and that. Like, nah, bro. Like, fuck that shit. Anyway, y'all boys be good. I'm out.
Bro.
Peace.
Take care, man. Man, that guy dropped some
Yeah.
fucking game. I hope you guys took that all in. If not, the entire lecture is gonna be completely recorded. So if you need to, just take a like, just watch it through if you need to. Dio, it's recorded. You're good, bro. Hold on, let me turn off my heater real quick. I don't want to burn my house down. That shit would be terrible. I ain't gonna lie. Oh shit, it's off. Okay. I smell smoke and I do not care because this lecture is more important. And the heater isn't on, so. Okay, I wanted to address something that Greek god said. He said, isn't there a limited amount of times you can fuck up academically? And although this is the case, like, you only have a certain amount of tests you can fuck up before you, like, have to go through maybe your 12th year where all your grades actually matter. But shit, you can't control that. Just as long as you learn from the experience and do your best, be okay with that. That's the part.
Bro.
uh,
I can give some advice on that as well. Just like fresh out of high school, like year one of university. Like I'll tell you that essentially all like exams or assessments before your final assessment or like final exam to get into college or university or however it works in your said country, all that shit doesn't matter. All the shit prior, like the shit at like Christmas and all, like yeah, it looks good, it makes you look good, and scoring high in it is obviously going to contribute to your overall like mark and likelihood of doing well in the final exams. But those final exams are the only ones that really matter. Like realistically, for me, I fucking flopped through most of my exams. Like I was getting like 40%, 50%, and even my parents and some of my teachers are saying like you're not gonna make it to university at this rate. But like I knew my game plan. I knew like I'm gonna work harder as the year progresses, as I get closer to the deadline date. So if you're fretting over like, oh fuck, I'm failing my exams right now, and my finals or whatever are at summer, then don't put too much pressure on yourself because it's just gonna make you feel like shit every single minute of every single day. Like just know like the penultimate exam, like the final exam, that's where it's gonna count. So you just want to keep your grades at a respectable and average level, and you'll eventually compound as you get towards the final hurdle or the final goal.
for sure. Just do your best. Like, have a growth mindset. There's only uh so many times you can fuck up, maybe, but just do your best. Study as hard as you can. Learn all these study strategies so that yeah, maybe you won't make it into the best university for the want to talk about that accent. So maybe
Ooh.
you won't make it into the best universities. You won't like get into the best program, but you're gonna do your best. As long as you grow and learn from your experiences, you're gonna be way further ahead than where you'd be if you keep moping over all this like, oh, I got a bad grade.
Yeah,
Oh, I got a bad grade. Just focus on growing yourself and getting as smart as possible, getting as much information as you can. Learn from your mistakes because that's the only thing you can do. You can't like go outside of yourself to be like, oh, let me just change my grade right here. Do your best,
Yeah.
focus on your work as much as you can, but still have a healthy balance and realize it's school. Like there's other ways to get into whatever you want to do. So,
Exactly, and fuck it, man. Even if you fail the final exam, like there's like Will was saying, like Will Power was saying, there's always like another avenue or another route to get to where you want to be. Like undoubtedly, it's gonna take longer. It's probably gonna take more work or probably less work. It depends overall, but just know that as long as you're willing to work hard and you're willing to put in the effort, like you can get to your end goal. It's just on you. Like what are you willing to do? What lengths are you willing to go to get to that point?
mm. I just want to respond to something that SSJ4 said. I feel like making a YouTube channel on just progress that I'm making. That way I feel like I have something like living up to, but I don't know how to do it. Just start, bro. I made a YouTube channel as well and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I just started making videos out of nowhere. Just show up. You're never going to feel ready to do it. You may feel like you're going to write a script, you can do everything, you're never going to feel ready. Just go through and do it. After this lecture maybe, or even right now, just right now where you write a script or maybe you just speak off the top of your head, just start. And eventually you'll build up the skills, you'll get more confident, and you'll build your skills up to the point where you can just go off the top of your dome, or maybe you write a really good script, and then your videos will gain traction. Just the whole uh, the whole beginning of it is just showing up, which I actually have a video coming on. I have a whole video coming out probably after this lecture because I need to make the thumbnail still, but yeah. Let's get some more people up here. What's your channel? It's linked in my link tree. If you look at my profile, there's a link tree link, and it's a self-improvement channel. Should be the first thing. But let's get some more people up here. Get some more perspectives. I know that Henry Lee wanted to come up here for quite a bit, so yeah. Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. It's kind of quiet though, and
Can you hear me, anyone?
you're really quiet, and then you're. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's a
there's like
fan in the
background
background.
noise.
Is really loud, so it's kind of quiet.
Let me close my door first. Sorry.
Man's next to a gentry. That's tough.
Well, why I think men is masculine is because I said this in the chat. They don't reap what they sow. I feel as if when people work, they don't feel proud of it, and they don't have good mindsets, in my opinion. I watch Hamza's video about having a good mindset and how it relates to everything and stuff like that. And mindset is really key about it. If you want to get, people are saying, oh, and they blame their problems on other people, like Willpower said. You can't blame anybody but yourself, you know? I mean, I'm 15 and I know this. I mean, people need to take pride and proudness of the work they do, and I feel as if there's a lack of that, in my opinion. And yeah, you know what I'm saying, guys?
Yeah, I mean, take accountability for your actions, because if you
And
don't,
there's
you're not gonna be able to
and
grow.
like Willpower said, there needs to be a key balance, you know, a balance between maturity and immaturity. Like sometimes if you're going out, friends, sure, be immature, like balancing diet, balancing this, balancing that, you know. There needs to be true balance within yourself, you know, to be a real proper man. And that's what I'm trying to do, you know. I'm trying to learn these values now so I can use them later in life and improve once I have a family or get my own home and stuff like that, you know.
But wait,
So
I'm sorry to
that's
cut
what
you
I
off,
mean.
but
That's what I'm trying
the
to do
whatever
more,
noise in the
to become
background is extremely loud. Like we can
find that
barely hear
balance
you.
and take pride in my work. Say,
Uh,
you did this. You didn't procrastinate or didn't cheat in your schoolwork. You did this. You should feel
yo,
proud.
Henry.
And I feel as if, and I'm trying to have a good mindset.
Go ahead. I just muted him. Just say what you want to say.
And
I'm gonna move
Yeah,
him
like
down
I
to the
just.
audience, cause I don't know if you can hear me, Henry, but there's something in the background that's like extremely loud, like we can barely hear you. So I'm just gonna move you down to the audience. If you fix it, I'll be happy to invite you back up. But shit is way too loud, like we can barely understand you. But let's get Ryson up here. By the way, Max, how are you doing, man? So that you join.
I'm doing great.
Yo, what's good, man?
Let's go, Ryson.
Hey.
Things fine, bro. Like you guys are also talking about feminism, right?
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, feminism differs from country to country. Well, sorry for my accent. I'm Indian,
All good, bro.
and I have.
Don't
So,
apologize for your accent, man.
Yeah, never. Just be proud of like your upbringing and who you are. Yeah.
yeah,
Continue.
it's like many times I like get in Discord calls. So, because English is not my first language, I didn't grow up. I grew up learning English in like written form. So
Yeah.
it's difficult for me to sometimes like translate my thoughts, and I often mess up. So I got made fun of in school a lot in my days. So we are talking about feminism, right? So I think feminism differs from country to country. Like in the Western, it's not much needed. Like many people say that uh, its significance has reduced since the laws are mostly favoring females, like the court law, the family court laws. They are mostly female favoring, and I think those people are right. But in countries like we can say India, because these laws are misused a lot. So, but in countries like India, where people are where in like the rural areas where women are still in like live in confined homes and are not allowed to go out, the core concept is still required. So I uh, don't support feminism, but I don't also support the abolishment and like cutting off of this movement. Uh, can you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I understand. Like,
Yeah.
I think because I also agree with what you're saying. Like, I don't think that completely removing it is the right way either. Because the whole reason it started was for equality purposes, not to elevate women on a
But
standard much higher than men. So I
it's
definitely agree.
the core idea is still very much relevant uh, today's society because in like these are the feminism that is toxic is like only like 30-40%, but the rest who are actually advocating for women rights are not the social right activists who are talking shit about men. This is what I think because I have actually argued with many feminists over like Indian feminists because uh, I live here. So uh, and these guys were actually, some of them were actually genuine people. They didn't believe that hating men was necessary, and that toxic masculinity was something that should exist, like the term, because these people actually believe that feminism, like being a feminist, doesn't have to demean men or you know what I'm saying, right? Look down on men in general.
Yeah, and it's a universal like issue or topic as well. Like regardless of whether it's a third world country or first world country, like it's pretty much like agreed on that people are more likely to favor the female like in the 21st century over the male. Like let's say you're in a school environment and there's a broken window and then there's a girl standing there and there's a boy standing there as well and a teacher shows up. Like the teacher is gonna assume the boy done it just out of the the nature of the world we live in today, and like no questions are gonna be asked. That's just what the world is like right now. It's easy to and quick to assume, or people are quick to assume that, oh, the boy done it or the guy done it or the man done it, simply because of what's being pushed, of like modern feminism and what's being pushed and what's being portrayed. So so
It's good.
eventually like it's going to get to the point where like it's not I think it already has gone to the point where it's no longer about equality. Like it's more about elevating women onto a pedestal that's above men and not treating them on equal footing or equal standards. And that's a problem, obviously. Like we want people to be like treated equally, but also people like should have different like roles to play, and it shouldn't all like it's up to interpretation anyway. But like the generalization of just men and women, it's like it's a bit like warped, and the concept of like feminism and what it is in modern society today. Yeah, the silencing. Oh, okay. I'll carry on. I'll extend onto that point. But yeah, I think us as young men, we just have to know like how we're gonna carry ourselves as men. Like obviously, what Willpower was saying about just emotional regulation as well as logical and being rational in life situations. It's going to come into play in every single aspect of our lives. So we have to continue trying to find that balance, continue trying to grow, continue trying to develop, not trying to lose our cool in intense or tense situations. And like we want to lead by example. We want other people to emulate the culture or the way of thinking that we're trying to promote in the server, which is we don't want to be seen as like vulnerable people, but we want to show that we have emotion. We want to show that like we're human beings, obviously. So we're not striving for perfection, but we're looking for that certain type of balance, that balance that's going to make us modern men. We're not going to show any sort of vulnerability, like I said before, but we're also going to be rational and capable in relationships, in the workplace, while while working with others, while just functioning on a day-to-day basis. It's a process. It's a lengthy one at that. There's going to be like different learning curves and different hoops to jump through, but as long as we learn from others who are leading the way and what it means to be a modern man and what it means to promote modern masculinity, which isn't anything toxic. Like most people get the preconception of when they join a community like this. We're not trying to cause some crazy upbringing, and we're not trying to cause some like mad revolution. We're just like guys who are trying to get to the next level, who are trying to grow businesses, trying to meet goals, trying trying to just like further our ambitions. So like our like base identity which comes from our masculinity and of and the part of us which is obviously we're gonna have some sort of feminine traits, so you can add in femininity as well. But it's a balance, and it's gonna like show in every single day of our lives, whether we like it or not. So we have to just know how we're gonna incorporate it into our lives and how we're gonna show it and display it to others.
Indeed. I mean, hold on. One unrelated part is pseudo. Weren't you the one person who was like, "Oh, I don't want to come to your lecture. You're
Oh,
talking
this
about the same topic, outdated topic." Yeah, bro. Imagine not being principled enough and sticking to your values and sticking to your word, and then you come to the lecture that you said, "Oh, the topic's outdated. It's already been talked about." Man, fuck out of here, boy. Nah, I'm doing too much though.
yeah.
Man, I gotta dip. I think my dad's gonna beat my ass if I don't. I'm a little pissed because I wanted to go a little bit longer, but if I go a little bit too long, my dad's gonna beat my ass. So, uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna end end it here. Uh, I might do some sort of like event tomorrow where we like maybe we could do the whole Omegle thing, Victory. That was
Oh
fun.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
You missed it, right?
No, I was there,
Oh,
but I
you were
didn't
there.
like.
Oh yeah, no, you
Yeah,
were
I
there.
didn't
It
like
was
stream
man.
anything
You
to
need
be
to
fair.
go to sleep on time, bro.
Yeah,
Bro's up at
but
1 a.m. just to
yeah, like
fucking
at 1 a.m.
yeah, bro's
just
wild,
watching
man.
the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe we're gonna do an event for probably cult members and maybe disciples if there's too many people. Where we go on Omegle and we just kind of like initiate social conversations and improve our social skills. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you do your habit tracker, put it in. Where is it? Become a cult member, and yeah. But other than that, it's been chill. I loved having you guys on, especially Willpower dropped some fucking bars and really helped everyone out. But other than that, I hope this all helped you out.
Wait,
Kind
wait,
of,
wait, 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 wait. Max. So my
Hey.
closing words, since you haven't said much, some closing words.
yeah, for sure.
Well, I actually joined like 20 minutes ago to add something about the emotional things, but we kind of diverged. And I didn't want to interrupt Will because he was really spitting some good shit. So I'm not sure if you guys are still interested in talking about emotions and all that stuff.
I mean, if it's 2 p.m., how long are you gonna be? Because I got like maybe 5 more minutes. Not even 5 more minutes. Like 2 minutes, and I'm outie. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, I will try to keep
Speed
it
run.
short. Yeah, speedrun. So I think this idea came from uh, I forgot his name, Harris, Sam Harris, I think, and he said that your thoughts influence your emotions, and he made a very good example that I want to give you guys to think about. He said to imagine yourself having a very sore back, like after like deadlifting, for example. Um, and the way you experience this sensation in your back is dramatically influenced by your thoughts. So when you imagine yourself sitting at the doctor's office because you think you have cancer and you're waiting for him to give you the bad news, this back pain will absolutely feel horrible, right? But for example, the day before you hit a new PR deadlifting, it will be a totally different sensation, even if it's the same exact feeling. Or if you go to a massage, and the massagist is like, yeah, massaging your back, and it's also the same sensation. It will again feel totally different. So I want you guys to think about that. The way you frame a situation, the way you frame your feelings really influences how you experience them. And it can really help you to not get mad, to not get sad, to not like get worked up about stuff if you just change your perspective. And this isn't easy. I'm not saying that, but you have to understand that your thoughts really matter, and that you don't have to be like reactive to your emotions. You can actually control them. And yeah, just wanted to add that.
Thank you, Max. And
Yeah,
just
great.
one last thing, make sure you guys stay principled. Don't let anyone tell you shit. Like, don't take disrespect. Do shit that aligns with your principles, your goals, your morals. Don't be a little bitch. But other than that, I appreciate you guys for coming out here and sharing your wisdom. I'm sorry that we couldn't extend this any further. Have everyone that wanted to speak come on, but maybe in the future we can do this topic again. We can finish up this or close it completely. Close the chapter of the book. But I appreciate you guys. Have a good one.